Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. If anybody out there wants coaching or mentoring, just go to my website, skyazrael.com. I always put the link below, or it might be easier for you just to go and find me on Facebook or Instagram, send me a message, a friend request, whatever. I want to talk to some of you tougher guys out there, message to the tough guys. Don't push your weight around or bully people. I can't stand bullies. Your job, your task, is to protect. You use that toughness to protect. You protect your tribe, your clan, your family, your folk. You protect your block, your community, your neighbors. You protect that sweet old lady across the street if anybody were to ever mess with her. You protect animals. You don't let nobody kick your dog or kick anybody's dog. You protect, and that means you intervene. Now, I'm not trying to give you reasons to go and fight. In fact, I made a video recently about not fighting, and I stand behind that. No fights. But 99% of confrontations don't need to get into fights, and tough guys know this because most people are scared to get their faces broken in half, and they're not trying to get hurt. So when you stand up, when you speak up, when you start fussing, people scatter like water bugs, right? Some of us know what that's about. So use that power for good. I've been thinking about this morning because I watched a video that kind of triggered me in a little bit. I didn't realize it would. It triggered me just slightly. It's a local incident that happened here in our waterways this morning, right near the bridge. We have several bridges, but early in the morning, not commercial fishermen, local fishermen, just anybody with a little boat will go out and fish, and you'll see fishermen near the bridges. Well, the video was a boating rules argument, and I'm sure those arguments happen all the time. But this was between a teenage boy and a group of men, all claiming to be veterans, and maybe they were. These guys were all pretty tough guys, and you could tell from the video. Only one of them, the captain of the boat, it was a captain and then 4 or 5 crew members, and then just this lone teenager, and that's the interaction by the bridge, and they're getting into an argument of some kind. The charter captain is blaming the kid for some kind of behavior that the kid is denying that he had any involvement with, and he seems to be rather clueless on why they're mad or what they're even really blaming him for. And he's like, it's not me, it's not me. He apologizes. They pronounce how they're all veterans, and the kid even says, I thank you for your service. He's doing everything he can to get out of this, and rightfully so, and most likely he's very intimidated by these big men. Well, these guys, I can't say guys, it was really just the captain, and this is kind of what I'm annoyed at, is sure, the captain was incensed. The captain was out of control. There's always going to be a berserker. There's always that one guy, that hothead, who goes nuts over nothing. But none of his tough guy veteran friends calmed him down, brought him back down to earth, did their job as battle buddies to bring their overly emotional, enraged friend down from his tirade, from his outburst, his tantrum. No, they stood there and watched. And by their non-activity, by their non-intervention, I believe that they're to blame. Of course, the guy who was doing the activity, it got crazy. I'll post the video, you guys can watch it. This charter boat captain, as he's yelling and cursing and threatening this teenage kid, he pulls up really close to him and leaps over, like a pirate, leaps from one boat to the next onto the kid's boat, and then chases the kid around the boat. And the kid says, please no, please no. He's filming this, and he's begging for his life, and he says, I'm just a kid. And this grown man is running around this little boat trying to chase this kid. I wish I was there to protect the kid. It would have gone completely different. He never would have jumped over. Oh, it would have been completely different. But I still want to hold these other guys in the other boat, their feet to the fire. You tough guys out there, you need to protect younger, weaker men. You can't go and intimidate them and use that to build your ego and walk around and be like, yeah, that's right. Because that was the attitude of the captain. The other guys are just standing there watching their buddy, watching this guy do his thing, act like a fool, commit a crime. They should have protected their enraged buddy from ruining his life, from catching a case, and from traumatizing this young boy. They should have calmed down their buddy in order to protect that young boy from any kind of harm. The second that that enraged boat captain tried to leap over to the other boat, those other men, those veterans, should have stopped him physically and said, that's not how we're going to handle this. You tough guys really need to learn to play your role. I know some of you are. I'm not trying to come down on the guys that are. There's some of you that you get this stuff. You get it. And there's some of you that are just knuckleheads and you don't get it. You see, in a traditional society, men are their brother's keepers. Men look out for each other. We help each other up. I may not give you a handout, but I will give you a hand to help you up. I may give you a job if you're willing to show up on time. I may not throw a quarter into your hat as you're begging, but I may stop and give you some advice on how to get yourself up off that curb. We need to start looking out for each other. And some of you guys are strong. You're strong men with knowledge and wisdom. You can move faster and quicker. You're more agile. You have more strength. You're more resilient. You bounce back better. You can't use that power for evil. And we can't just wait for the cops to solve everything, for the government to solve everything, for someone else to solve everything. If you see bad behavior, you need to be on it. Even if it's your homeboy, especially if it's your homeboy. I don't know. Food for thought.